Are you holding on to money blocks and don't even realize it? Do you want to be able to manifest money, abundance, wealth, riches? We're going to do something today that is going to help you release those unconscious money blocks that you might even not realize you have. Because most manifestation channels talk about psychology, and it's all to do with the thoughts in your mind, and that creates an energy within the universe that connects you to. That's great. But what if there is a way to take the monkey mind out of the picture and sidestep that part when it comes to talking about the ingrained blocks we have? Is it possible? Yes, it is possible, and we're going to do it in a minute. Now, this does not mean to say you do not have to change the way you think about money and abundance. Because if you don't, you will end up reinstalling those blocks. So here's what I suggest you do. Once you've done this exercise that we will do in a minute, you then start to manifest money. But you don't suddenly turn around and say, I'm going to win the lottery, or I'm going to manifest $10 million. No. You turn around and you try to manifest something that is so ridiculously easy as far as the amount is concerned that it can happen. So what am I talking about? I am talking about you turn around after we do the exercise, and I highly suggest that you don't just do this exercise once, you do it several times. Perhaps you even do it once a day over the next 30 days. That would be a great level of practice. And then, or during, whilst you're doing this, you try and manifest something like, I'm going to find an extra dollar. I'm going to find a euro. For some reason, I'm going to have an extra 5 euros, an extra $5 this week. Once you get that dollar, that euro, that $5, that 5 euros, try 10. Once the 10 works, try 50. Once the 50 is done, do 100. Do 1,000. And build up. Now, one of the things that I found when I was starting to do this was it does not work the way people say it happens. So remember, the first sort of bigger number when I wanted to manifest something, I took a number, it was 10,000 euros. And I didn't actually manifest 10,000, I actually manifested 13, which we could say then turned into basically 30. So what happened? I specifically manifested. So when I did this, I had no job. It was a long time ago. I had no job. I had no prospects of a job. I had very little money in the bank, and I was sort of starting to say, oh my God, what am I going to do? I was running out of money. So I decided to manifest 10,000 euros. Now, did 10,000 euros magically drop out of the sky? No. What did magically drop out of the sky was a job that I wasn't looking at, I wasn't expecting, I would never have considered doing. And the only reason I did consider doing it is, well, I've just started this initiation into this manifestation, therefore I must be open to receiving. And yes, as I said, I manifested not just 10,000, you could say I actually manifested 3 times that amount, because I manifested the job that gave me the 10,000 and more. That wasn't the first time I manifested. Start smaller, build up. Always work within the boundaries of what is very easily possible. So, once you've done $1, as I said, do 5, do 10, do 50. And every time, and you say, well, I did 50, but to me, $50 is a lot of money. So I'm going to do 50 again and 50 again. Okay, if that works for you, do that before you go for 500 or 5,000. Get comfortable manifesting. Okay, let's get on with this exercise. We are going to release those money blocks. And how we're going to do it, we're going to do it energetically. Because if you don't know you have them, how else are you going to release them? So when you're ready, you just take a few deep breaths in. And this is going to be an energy transmission. You're going to connect to my energy through this screen. Yes, it is held through space and time. So even if you are watching this video and it's 5 years after the recording date, the energy is still there. This works on a quantum level, and people will still be able to literally feel. If you are very empathic, you will be able to feel the energy connection. As I said, even 5-10 years down the road after this video is made. So if you're ready, just make sure you won't be disturbed. Turn your phone off for the next 5-10 minutes. All distractions away. Just take a couple of deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth, and through your nose, out through your nose. It's a good idea just to close your eyes as well if you want to. It just helps our brainwave get out of that beta brainwave state into the alpha brainwave state. Now, just begin to feel the connection of energy coming from your screen. No, this is not Reiki. This is way more powerful than Reiki. If you have trouble in feeling this, just imagine your personal space and open it up to include, to allow in your screen and to allow the energy to flow. And if you're a person that is not very in tune to subtle energies and you feel nothing, that's fine. Just pay attention to your sleep patterns, to your eating habits, to your dreams, these things. Just see if they change. And these could be sort of positively inclined or negatively inclined. They're not positive or negative, they're just changes. So perhaps you're a person that sleeps very soundly, dreamlessly, and suddenly you start having vivid dreams. Or perhaps you wake up in the middle of the night. Or perhaps you're someone who eats a lot and you lose your appetite. Or you're someone who doesn't tend to eat, and you start eating more, or you suddenly find something you like eating, it doesn't appeal to you anymore, or vice versa, something you don't like eating, you suddenly start wanting to eat it for some bizarre reason. All these little telltale signs that you have received this energy. And of course, now we're going to bring our intention to the blockages of money. So just put the feeling into your physical body and the area around you of a block towards money that you have. And even if you can't think of one you actually have, just imagine one saying, say to yourself, I don't, for example, I don't have enough clients. I don't earn enough money. I don't have a high enough paying job. I'm not getting enough money. I don't have enough money. How does that feel? And now, try to hold on to that feeling. And as much as you want to hold on to that feeling, that blockage, notice that it fades away. Hold on to it to as much as you can. Make that feeling bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and stronger and bigger and stronger. And notice you cannot hold on to it. And if you're one of those rare, contradictory, negative people who wants to disprove this video, and so they hold on to it and they don't allow the energy to take it, if you wish to be those people, you're free to be those people. But if you are the person who is holding on to it and really does wish to let go of it, and for some reason it's staying put, you're going to make the problem bigger. Make the problem, that blockage, as big as the room you're in, as big as the house you're in, or building you're in. And if you're outside, make it the size of a building, whichever building you choose. Now make it the size of your street, the size of the county you live in, the size of the state you live in, the size of the country you live in, the size of the continent you live on, the size of the planet, the size of the solar system, the size of the galaxy, the size of the entire universe. And just keep making it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And there will come a point that it is magically no longer there. It's not magic, it's psychology. When you get to a big enough point that your brain can no longer grasp, it is forced to let it go. And that is how we can work energetically and psychologically at the same time. For those that find they just melt away by themselves, think of another common or possible idea. It doesn't have to be true. It doesn't have to be real. But another common possible idea you could have that could possibly create a money block. Perhaps it's one you don't have, but perhaps it's one your parents have, or a sibling has, or a best friend has that you know of. Bring that into your mind. Hold on to it. Try and hold on to it as much as you can. And despite trying to hold on to it, it still disappears. Disappears by itself through the energy transmission, or it disappears because you make it as big as it can possibly go, and then bigger. And once it's gone, think of another one. And another one. And another one. And each time you do this, you find the dissolve faster. Just a little bit faster every time. When you're ready, I want you to ask yourself, do not answer the question with a word, no yes, no no. I just want you to feel the first feeling that comes to you when I ask you this question. Do you have any blocks towards money? If it was a sort of a possibly, or a yes, keep going. If the feeling was sort of like a I'm free feeling, congratulations. Just stay connected to the energy. Receive the energy. Allow these blocks to melt away. As I said, come back and do this every day for the next 30 days. Connect to the energy of the video. And then, or during the 30 days, as I said, just try to manifest $1, $5, whatever, or euros, or whatever your currency is. Then build up from there. Over time. Remember to hit the subscribe button and that notification button to get more videos about manifestation. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, anything to do with manifestation, obviously, if you have a question about it, feel free to write it in the comments below. If you just felt the energy connection, feel free to write it below. Just say, yeah, I felt it. To express gratitude, I'm not saying gratitude towards me, it's gratitude towards yourself. It's the love of the world you live in. Gratitude is very important, and expressing that is a powerful thing. So if you wish to express that gratitude in the comments, awesome. If you wish to express the gratitude by sharing this video with someone, awesome. If you just wish to express that gratitude by opening a door for someone and not expecting them to say thank you for it, awesome. See you in another video.